back, and we decided for this week's episode to feature preparation for finals. And we decided that since we're both going to be teachers, we have a plethora of knowledge to share about good finals tips.
And we're experts because we're 22 and we're experts at life and everything that there is in life. We're like little miniature Buddhas and Gandhis, whatever, because we know everything and we're awesome.
So we are going to prep you for your finals.
Yes. This just in, Matt Long is very hot.
Yes.
Fire alarm will go off, the smoke alarm, so Google him and be prepared to take your batteries out of your fire alarm.
Don't be alarmed if your computer starts smoking or something, because he is that hot.
Yes. Good news.
So, now we will share with you some tips for taking your finals. So we'll start with some finals etiquette. Wearing sweatpants to an 8 a.m. final is definitely appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
By 3 o'clock, you should probably be dressed. I would say anytime after 12.
Yeah, like 1
You need to
o'clock
be
final
dressed.
And, yeah.
Fix your hair, brush your teeth. Before 12, those things could be negotiable. Always brush your teeth.
Yes.
But fixing your hair is not always a necessity unless it's after 12 p.m. And if your final is after 12, you need to be dressed in clothing, not sweatpants or pajamas. Your hair should be fixed, and your teeth should always be brushed, always, regardless of what time it is.
Yes. Even if it's 8 a.m., just get out of bed 5 minutes earlier and
get your shoes on, brush your teeth, leave.
Yes. That's a really good one. I think that's a good number one. Alright, so cheating. Do not cheat on your test because that is totally not appropriate.
Very bad.
But hey, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, so.
In some situations, you might need to collaborate with a good friend in the class.
Yeah, but just don't get caught.
Keep it discreet. Everyone is going to be doing their little happy dance, like, oh my god, thank god this class is over. Make sure to have your final turned in and have exited the room before you break into your happy dance, because not only is that going to be distracting to the other students, the teacher might not really appreciate you doing a happy dance that their class is over. So make sure that you're out of the class, out of the teacher's view, before you break into your dance.
Yeah, if I were the teacher, I'd be a little sad. That's just me, though. Next, breakfast. Eat breakfast in the morning because it helps your mind. It helps you during your finals, so your stomach's not growling during the whole final, and you're not disrupting yourself or other people.
And Red Bull can be breakfast.
It can. So just remember, but don't bring a breakfast to your final because that could be bad.
It's distracting to try to eat and do your test. I mean, I know when I have to take my breakfast to anthropology, then I have to try to take my notes with my left hand, and it really messes me up.
Exactly.
Eat before your final.
But you could take water with you. I'd advise, even if you do Red Bull in the morning, don't take it with you to the final.
No, have it gone.
Yeah.
Do not go out drinking the night before your final, because just like your brain needs to be awake and have had breakfast for your final, it does not need to be hungover. So save the drinking for when finals are completely over.
Yeah, and don't drink before the final, or don't drink during the final, because you could bring your little water bottle or whatever, and it could be clear, but that's probably not good either, because
yeah, the only thing you should be drinking in your final is water.
Yeah. Clear mind, right? We're trying to pass this class. Yeah.
If you have trouble waking up in the morning, go ahead and set up a wake-up call. So, like, you're at a hotel and you call the front desk, call a friend, call a family member, call someone who you can rely on, who is more responsible than you, to wake up and call you to make sure that you are awake for your final.
That's a good idea. Now next, if you're a compulsive texter, or if you have to have your phone with you all the time, and Facebook and everything, if you get all these alerts, don't bring it with you to class, because You don't want it vibrating in your pocket or even ringing if you forget to turn it off or whatever. You don't want it going off during your final, just in case. So, leave it at home, in your car, on the ground, outside of class.
Leave it anywhere where you will not have access to it at all during the test.
Give it to a friend who's not in a final.
Yes. If you have some choice words to share with your teacher, make sure that you do not share those until the final is over and your grade has been assigned.
You don't want an F when you could get a B.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just not good. And if you showed up to class just on the first day and during test days or in review days only, like 5 days in the semester, then don't show up to the final because you're pretty much gonna fail anyways. So
Try again next semester and actually go to class. Take deep breaths. Don't freak out. Don't get stressed out. But if you tend to hyperventilate, make sure to start taking really slow, deep breaths and just keep yourself really calm and relaxed.
and make sure people are around in case you happen to.
If you would hyperventilate, yes, you want to make sure that there's someone around who can call for help.
And let's see. Oh, and okay, the day before finals, or maybe a few days before, so you could get it down really well. If you feel like you might fail the final, then it'd be really good to, like, fake heart attack or seizure or something, so that by the time the final comes, you could just pretend like you're dying and
Yeah. Death will probably get you out of a final.
or near death.
Near death. Do not actually die. But if you absolutely have to, faking death would most likely get you out of a final, or at least buy you some time to study.
Yeah, good studying time. You get an extra day or two.
Do not bring your kids to the final. I love children. I love babies. I do not love them screaming and running around when I'm trying to take a final. Do not bring your kids to class. Ask someone to watch them for the 2 hours that you're going to be taking the final, or if worse comes to worst, ask the teacher.
And that's not questionable, because if you need help and your teacher's watching your kid who's crying and screaming the whole time, then let's just...
I've had experience with this. I actually had a final my freshman year where the lady brought her 2-year-old son and asked the teacher to watch him while we took the final.
Okay, and the most important thing is when you're studying for your final, you need to be relaxed, and I mean, take time to study and stuff, but do time, relax time, downtime. You know, watch maybe your favorite TV show, or even Facebook for a few minutes, but not for a few hours.
Do not get caught up on Facebook, but you could use it as a little break, stress reliever.
You could pick up a book, like, not a textbook, I mean, you know, like Harry Potter, Twilight. Sure, but relax time is you time.
When you are studying, put the phone away. Do not be texting, because you cannot be studying if you're texting every 5 seconds. Put the phone away and pretend that Facebook does not exist while you are trying to study, because you cannot effectively study if you're constantly texting or flipping back and forth between Facebook. So just put it away. Do not be doing that while you're trying to study.
And also, if you're addicted to your gaming console, then it'd be a good idea to hide it on your non-relaxing time or your study time. Then just hide it, because...
Or ask a
it's really
friend
bad
to take
distraction.
it away
Yeah.
from you so that you can study.
A good friend,
A good
so they don't steal it from you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your RA.
Another
Your RA
stranger.
could be an acceptable person to
Yes.
guard it.
Yeah, exactly. So,
So those are our tips for your finals. Study,
Yes.
study, study. Study hard. Study before your finals. Study before the night before.
relax.
Relax. And do your best.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Good luck.